Number 11. Rosa opened a savings account at a bank. The table shows the exponential relationship between the time t in years since Rosa opened the account and the total amount in dollars in the account. If Rosa made no additional deposits or withdrawals, which of the following equations best represents the relationship between t and n? This is an interest problem. It's going to use a formula that is pretty much identical to the formula you'd use for an increase in population, like the growth of a animal's population in an area over time, or decrease over time. That's the kind of problem you usually see on the SAT, is populations of animals, bacteria, things like that. Not as much straight interest, but it's the same formula that they want you to use. And it's going to be your principal or your starting number, your starting population, times 1 plus, and then it's going to be the percent increase or decrease, whatever that is. And usually write this as a decimal. Keep things nice and easy. And it's going to be the power of time, how many, the time intervals you're using. So for example, let's say if I had a population of 100 and it increased 5% every month. How long would it be after 6 months? You'd say, okay, my initial is 100. This 1, because I'm going to be multiplying by this, 1 is the initial population, and then we have the percent increase. It's going to be adding because it's an increase, 0.05, and it's every month for 6 months. That's how I'm filling that in. This is a very, very good formula to know. Please memorize it before the SAT. It is not provided, but it comes up all the time. So let's look at our chart and see what would go in here. And we may or may not need to fill in everything. First, what is our P? What is our principal? What's our starting population? Whichever of those terms apply for this problem. In this case, it is our starting principal. Here it says the time in years, 0, the amount is $604. So no time has passed, $604. So that's the amount she put into the bank at the very beginning, before any time has passed, before it's earned interest. So our principal is 604. And it's 1 plus our percent of increase. We can see it's going up as the years pass. And it's over the years. Do we need to figure out this percent increase? Before we go down that rabbit hole of trying to figure that out, look over here at our answers. Do you see how only one of them is even possible? And it's C. C is the only one that has a number out in front to represent the principal, and that number is the correct number. The only other one that has a number in front is D, and it's 0.004. That is not her starting amount. It looks like that's going to be the percent or the amount of interest, the increase of the decimal increase. I can't speak today of of her account, but it's not her starting amount. The only one that has a number out in front, and it's the correct number, is C, where 604 is out in front. And you also can see that this one has a 0.004, that one has it, that one has it. And that's the only decimal that's in there. So that's clearly what should be going here if we were going to fill out this whole equation. But we don't even have to do that calculation because, it's the only one. It's got 604 in front. So that's why knowing this equation, or this original equation, can be so helpful. Not only is it critical to getting the right answer, for some where you have to do the calculations, you have to actually figure out what the population would be at a certain point in time. But for ones like this, because you know this formula, you can just look down and go, wait a minute, that's the only one that has it. It must be C, and you move on your merry way. If you do not have that information, you would probably be stuck with plugging these numbers in to these different equations and seeing which one gets you those answers, which is a valid way to do it. If you forget this, that's a good backup, but it's much quicker for you and less stressful if you can just remember this equation and know that, C is the only one that has our principal there out in front. C must be our answer. Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and if you're looking for more SAT or PSAT help, go to mathwithalyssa.com. There you can get over 25 hours of test prep. This is for both math and reading and writing, both sections. They also come with practice questions, downloadable study guides, and more. Links to everything are in the description down below. Leave me a comment if you have any questions about this video or any suggestions for future videos. I'm all ears. And if this video was helpful or useful in any way, please let the algorithm know about it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye. I think I slapped my leg because that's something you do. Why do I slap my leg? Why am I slapping my leg as I'm talking? Who knows? I don't know.